My Hero
My Hero
Academia.
at the start, man. This is some this. When I just realized just now. This is some fucking Orochimaru versus Jiraiya shit right here. With
Really?
this
Please
fucking
explain.
teacher and teacher versus student right now, bro. Fucking Deku and Shinsuo, who's been taught by
Eraserhead.
I Eraserhead, and Deku, who's been taught by All Might. This is them.
It actually kind of reminds me of Sasuke Naruto, where Naruto was taught by Jiraiya and Sasuke was taught by Kakashi.
Oh, well,
I thought that was
why did I say
about.
Orochimaru? Yeah. Why did I say Orochimaru? Because man, it's been a while. It's been a while for Naruto.
Either way, what I did want to bring up, I'm shocked that we didn't start off with the Mineta boob plot, because that was a genius strategy, and I applaud this man. My God, Mineta.
Mineta still hasn't forgotten his pervert ways, but he's growing, bro.
He hasn't forgot. Let me fix what I think you missaid. Purpose. Mineta hasn't forgot his purpose in life, and that is what he just did. I'm like perfection,
bro. Bro,
I do love to, because there was a moment there where Ashido is like legitimately like Mineta, like, and as I'm reading that, I'm like, that's probably the first time a woman has ever said his name in like a happy voice and not a oh God get away from me, I'm gonna call the cops voice, right? So like, I was like, oh my God, Mineta. I'm literally reading this and I'm like, Mineta, you're making strides. That's great. You know, she's like, Mineta, thank you for saving me. Oh my God, you're being a good teammate. And then immediately it's like, but as you can see, my balls are a trampoline to me and they repel me. And I did the exact math. And if you go by Einstein's theory of relativity, if I get hit here, I'll go into your boobs.
Bro, it's the perfect, because he planned that what's her name was gonna fucking throw him towards that shit, bro. Like, bro, Mineta, man, is becoming, fuck all you Mineta haters out there. This man knows exactly what he's fucking doing. He may be a pervert, but he knows how to get the job fucking done.
What job, though? Like, he's not helping the team. He's just, his whole fucking strat there, it wasn't even to protect her. It was to get boob.
Nah, fam. It was protect her. The boob was a bonus. Not what according to, see, look, no, read in between the lines, Red. It says,
you're right. He was protecting her, the boob was the cherry on top.
He's even, look at that, boom, goop buckler. That was fast.
Protected you, got a little boob action. Yeah, I get it. I can't even deny, and I'd be lying if I wasn't saying that I'm a bit jealous, because Ashido is one of many best girls, but I would say she is in the top 3 percentile of best girl, as is Joey's Rattata in the top percentile of Rattatas. I hope you get that reference, by the way.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
And now look at this man. He's bouncing around. He's fucking. He's pulling a fucking. He's doing what you want Law and Sanji to do with the room and the fucking flying around shit.
No, you know what? It actually reminded you. If you want to do a One Piece reference, it actually reminded me of fucking Bellamy, the spring dude.
Yeah.
Remember that in One Piece when like that was like one of the best punches in One Piece, where like Luffy just punches this fucker down as he comes towards him, because before that scene he's like jumping all around the fucking buildings. Like that definitely reminded me of that. And now you know what must come from this versus battle: Bellamy versus Mineta.
Bellamy stomps still.
You sure?
Yes. Are you kidding me? He can take punches from Luffy. Someone who can fucking punches someone so hard that a fucking island lifts up. No way in hell.
No, I'm talking like bitch tier pre-time skip Bellamy.
Oh. Even then, he took a fucking blow
you're
to
still
the
right
face.
though, because yeah, you're right, because the fucking power scaling is like way higher in One Piece. Damn it.
One Piece, Luffy just elbowed this guy into the fucking ground. I remember, I saw the anime version.
There was like a fucking fist dent in his face. Anyway. But
Mineta doing Mineta things, but bro, like I was saying,
Mineta. But here's what I want to start with. How about Eraserhead kind of getting softer? Not in a bad way, but like I like that, Vlad's kind of like you're letting them continue. And I think that, I don't know, did you take something from that? Because like I took that as like, I think he's starting, as he teaches these kids more and more, he's starting to be more lenient because he kind of knows what works best for them. He knows that they can bend the rules because just as with the Bakugo Deku fight, sometimes you need to let things continue. And for their pride, for this pride of these students and the fact that they're all still trying to win, he wants to let them go. Because I think he can understand. Like, think back to when you're a kid. If you're a kid and you're in a fucking superhero school, and this is like the fight, this means a lot to you. To your pride as a class, to your pride as an individual, to your pride as a hero. You know, if a teacher stopped that shit, that would piss you the fuck off. So, like, I'm glad that he's considering that, and that just shows that he's able to put himself in his students' shoes, and I like that little scene. Thoughts?
Bro, I'm telling you, this shit is pure on teacher who can teach better right now. That's just fucking hype. Like, being taught how to fight like Aizawa, All Might being like Deku was taught by All Might. This shit, I don't think people don't understand just how much this shit is so symbolic. It's literally just student and student and master versus student and master. Bro, imagine that shit. That shit is fucking hype. And it's like the whole chapter was fucking beautiful. Hopefully all the fucking My Academia fans can calm down after this chapter because
no, because hold on, there's things, because I gotta be honest with you, I'm looking at let's skip to the last page here. I still don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, that's too bad.
It's weird.
One quirk. This man.
All of a sudden, he's looking like fucking, what's his fucking name? That villain from fucking Incredibles. Syndrome. Remember when Syndrome just held the fucking debris with his 0-point lasers, just like, pew, pew, he's moving shit around like he's Syndrome with this bitch. I mean, I can imagine that, like, what he's gonna do here. Like, I can visualize it. He's gonna start whipping these fuckers around, like, with nunchucks, and that's cool, but it's just weird. I don't like it, and I don't know if it's because it's change and I'm just being a bitch because it's different, or
it's the former. No, the latter. Yeah.
I only said one thing, bitch. Listen, man, like, I do want your thoughts in the comments, anyone who's watching this. It's just, I know that, so we had one comment from a dude, and you know, you'll know who you are if you say it. There was a guy that kept saying, like, he's got to be this powerful. It's okay that he's going to be OP because that's the point, because he's going to be this symbol of peace, so he's got to be OP. But it's just like, but like All Might was able to be OP by just mastering that quirk, and I don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, All Might probably didn't even know he could have multiple quirks.
I don't like it. It just seems so fucking normal shonen-y when this series has been so, like, not that.
You guys have been...
I don't like it.
You guys have to take your L's.
What's your argument for it, Thurman? Give me your argument for it, because I don't like it.
Because, I mean, it makes sense.
I don't care if it makes sense. What if I don't like it?
If it's proven, it's passed down, and it was said that it's been passed down, and I can either accept it two ways. Either it's all the quirks accumulated, and it was just what it originally was, it's a power quirk, or that could have multiple quirks, and that's fine because it was never stated. It was never stated that wasn't the case.
My
because
issue with it
the original
wouldn't be if I have an issue with it, and I'm still not even sure, because it's just like part of me, you have no idea how split I am. It's so 50-50. Like half of me is like, this is fucking awesome, and the other half is like, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense, but like, it doesn't make sense for the story's theming. Like, it's fucking with the theming. It'd be like if it'd be like, I'm trying to, okay, so, like, when I mean theming, like, think, like, let's go Mob Psycho. Like, what's the theming of Mob Psycho? It's the whole, he's really powerful. And it'd be like if all of a sudden Mob just started getting, oh, no, better example. It'd be like if Saitama started, like, not being able to beat people with one punch. It'd be like all of a sudden if Saitama was having, like, struggling fights, like how Luffy fought, like, Doflamingo or something. You know what I mean? Like, you lose the entire theme or point of the series. It just, to me, the point of the series was this quirkless kid that was born with no talent, and he was given this thing that wasn't just like, now I'm gonna give you 1,000,000 quirks. He's given this thing that's like basically just, you have a lot of power, but you have to train your body to use it. And I guess it just seems weird. It seems against what the theming and message was, and it really confuses me. It's not even me being like a total like, rah, I'm mad about it. I'm just confused about it. And I do want people's thoughts on it. I'm going to have to watch a bunch of videos on it because I want to collect a lot of the thoughts because it really does conflict me, honestly.
Well, while you do that, I'm just going to sit here and bask at the beautifulness of this beautiful part that I called. Man, I would never let you let that down. You talked so much shit about how you didn't like it and how it was stupid. I was wrong. I was a moron. I was right. Oh, God. It was perfect.
Okay, here's something we have to talk about. When
bro,
my boy almost used all for one. Yo, I was ready. This was the time. I was like, here it comes. He's gonna fucking blow his goddamn arm off. He's dead. He's gonna bleed out after his arm just incinerates. I was ready.
So my first reaction to this was like, okay, so he has it. I was waiting for him to fucking, have a hard time. But then Deku was surprised, and then he was like, Monoma, stop, because he's gonna break his arm. But then Uraka stopped him. And then Uraka stopped him and says it was a bluff. That's what I was confused about. I was confused about that. Like, what is, like...
There's no bluff. It says it didn't activate. It didn't activate. It was a dud, is what Manga Stream says.
Oh, you're on Manga Stream. I'm on one Jaimimi's.
He says, he thinks to himself, it didn't activate. It was a dud. So, my personal understanding of it was that one of the theories, and this was a theory that I had as well, is that All for One, due to its uniqueness as a quirk, it is unable to be copied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I understood it. So, like, he says here, it didn't activate, it was a dud. So I just think that, like, it didn't work. Because it's just something that you can't... And Monoma's just thinking, like, what? Monoma's probably just thinking, like, oh, my quirk fucked up. Because, like, I imagine they've talked about quirks before, like, they're a muscle that you work, right? So that'd be like if you got, like, a Charlie horse in your leg. Like, imagine, like, getting a Charlie horse in your leg. That could happen to your quirk, too. Like, oops, I fucked my quirk. My quirk messed up here. You know what I mean? So I imagine that Monoma just thinks that he messed up. And he doesn't understand what happened. Because he doesn't really get what's special about Deku's quirk. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You feel me on that?
Okay. I'm on Manga Stream because Jamimi's box translation was fucking stupid. It didn't say what you just said, so let me go and see.
Page 14.
All right, because Jamimi's, it was like, it was a bluff. Go, Deku. Or some shit like that.
Go ahead, page 14.
Oh, yeah, okay. It didn't activate. Okay. I see that. Thank you. Fuck.
Well, page 13 of Manga Stream, it does say that's not your power, Deku. He's just bluffing.
Oh, then I must have been on the wrong page then.
But, like, I think that... I don't know. I will admit it wasn't... that whole interchange was not explainable at all. Like, that was just, like, weirdly... Like, that none of that made sense. Like, I saw... That, like, it wasn't explained to the point where I literally had to, like, headcanon everything that happened there. I was like, okay, I had to figure out... And that's okay. But there is a fine line between reading between the lines and not spelling things out, but also making it not confusing either. Because, like, I've seen plenty of series where fans have to headcanon all the plot holes away. And, like, every chapter, it's like, well, that didn't make sense, and then fans have to headcanon the plot holes away. But then I've seen series where that spell things out too much either, as well. So, I don't know. That was just an oddly paced out thing. I'm just going to assume that he tried to use it, because here's the thing. Uraraka says he was bluffing. I think that's just what she thought. Because I think that because, Uraraka also doesn't understand how Deku's quirk works. So when she sees it not work, she probably just assumes he was bluffing. But then you see the text that indicates that Monoma is thinking inside of his head, and he thinks it didn't activate. So that's what makes me think, no, he actually did try to activate it, but it didn't work, because that's what he's thinking in his head, and he has no reason to lie outwardly, or inwardly. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a strangely complicated part, but that's what I took from that. I just think that it's a quirk that you can't copy, which would make sense to me.
Thank you, comprehension, because I did not. Speed was like, what the fuck did this happen? I have no idea. going on there.
You disappoint me. You disappoint me. No, let's talk about the zero gravity, because Deku didn't want to use his quirk out of fear, understandably. So like he has his best girl turn him in, zero gravity, and then he can still grabbing onto the fucking capture tape or whatever the fuck you call that, the metal alloy shit that Eraserhead uses. He can just float up to I can never pronounce his name. Shinsu, mind control boy.
I would say sensual.
Whatever. He's able to float up to him, which I love, and that was great. Let's also point out that Monoma is currently being literally straddled by Best Girl over here, so lucky him.
You are a mysterious one. You can name every Bleach character in the book, but you can't even remember My Hero Academia names.
I said Monoma! Are you just talking about the fucking the mind control boy?
The pronunciation of like.
Listen, man, it's because Bleach was my first anime ever, and One Piece names are easier. It's just it is specifically My Hero Academia I have trouble with. I don't know why. Like their names are I don't. It might have something to do with like not having watched the anime first. I noticed that a lot of the ones that I'm able to pronounce the names of, it's that I saw the anime first and I didn't read it first. If I read it first, I have a lot harder time remembering names. You see what I'm saying?
But watch the anime first. You got into the manga afterwards.
Untrue.
Really?
My Hero Academia, I read the manga first. 100%.
Because I remember you telling me that you said you weren't going to the manga because you wanted to watch the anime first 2 seasons, and then once the anime ends, you're going to read the manga.
I literally, like, I have a video on my Facebook where the day Bleach ended, I went out to the mall and bought all of the volumes of My Hero Academia that were out there because I needed a replacement series. I read up to what was in English at that time, which was, if I remember correctly, around the Stain fight. I read up to about the Stain fight, and then I stopped because I didn't want to have to read the illegals at that point, because I was like, because this was like way before it was being like translated by Manga Stream and shit, so it was like weird shitty translations, and I was like, no, I don't want to deal with that, right? So I just stopped for about a while, and I was going to just read it as the volumes came out, but then I kind of forgot, and then all of a sudden, you know how it goes, you stop reading for a while, and then you're out of the series, and then you haven't read it in like years. So for a long time, I had read from the beginning to the Stain fight in the manga and nothing else, right? That for like a year, that was where I was sitting with My Hero Academia. And then the anime started coming out, and you know, I knew I liked the beginning of it, and I was like, hey Andrew, I want to watch the anime with you. So we watched the anime up to the Stain fight shit, and then that's where I picked it back up.
So thanks to me,
so basically, I started reading My Hero Academia right when Bleach ended, but then I just stopped for a bit. It's the same thing with Attack on Titan. I've been on Volume 5 since 2014, or maybe it was 2015. It was like the year or two after I got out of high school, so it might have been 2015-ish. But yeah, I've been on Volume 5 since then. Like, I read up to Volume 5, and then I never read anymore.
You're always watching the anime for that. Okay,
yeah. So don't fucking question me, bitch.
I can question whatever the hell I want.
No, but seriously though, you missed my point about Uraraka straddling him, because like, I'm sorry, I'm such a perv, bro. I'm gonna have to masturbate after this.
We're all perverts. It's fine.
Should I cut out the talking thing about me masturbating? What do you think?
That's up to you, man. This is controlled chaos. We do whatever the fuck we want. We're judged. You have an issue with Red saying he's gonna masturbate after the video?
You got a fucking problem, bitches? 300 bitches up in here? You're my bitches.
He's channeling his inner Mineta right now. See how I did that shit? See how I brought that shit to My Hero Academia level? So yeah, fuck you haters.
It's just, Uraraka's too goddamn attractive. I can't help it.
Bro.
Look at them legs, bro. Okay. Oh, God damn it, bro.
Sanji's legs are stomp. I'm sorry.
Living alone, you don't understand what it does to you, man. Like, I've been living alone for like half a year now. I crave human contact. I crave it.
You crave.
There's only so much masturbation can do, Thurman. You do it enough, and it just means nothing to you. You need soul-to-soul contact. You need hugs and cuddles and love. I miss it.
I
means you got to get back here and start cuddling, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, my God.
Anyway, great chapter.
No, there's more to talk about. Get the fuck out of here. What about the little training segment with Eraserhead and Mind Control Boy?
I talked about that.
Fuck you! I'm talking about masturbating.
I literally talked about that.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah, that was my whole thing about the Deku versus Senju thing. How they're training.
Yeah, you talked about that, but it was a bullshit. You fucked it up, didn't you? You were like, Orochimaru.
It was so bitch. Fuck you. This is literally a.
All right, you're right. I think we have talked about everything.
Just think about it. Think about it. Deku is fighting the way, obviously he finds his own style, but Deku is fighting the way All Might somewhat used to fight like. And then now Shinsuo is, Aizawa has taken Shinsuo under his wing and teaching him how to fight, how he fights, right? Like it's the same thing with Tokiyami and the Hawkman or whatever the fuck his name is.
Hawks, motherfucker.
Hawks.
I know him.
Right? Like each one of these, each one of them has their own fucking teacher. It's equivalent. It's literally Deku, All Might, fucking Shinsuo, Aizawa, Hawks.
That's true.
Hawks, right? Like
that teaches them. Because that was actually what was fun about Naruto, like back in the day. Like the Jonin were like fucking awesome, and like all of them had like a Jonin that taught them. Like it feels like that again, but better.
Way better. So I like it because it's symbolic, right? It's whose teachings is better, right? Who knows how to? Because I mean, it's obvious that Hawks is a shitty teacher because Tokiyami lost. So
let's not forget, All Might is like a self-admitted shitty teacher.
So I mean, like
Eraserhead, best teacher.
I mean, he will be if Shinsuo wins.
Is that how? Really? That's how you fucking. That's how you're gonna fucking judge this, huh?
Oh yeah.
If you have a kid and he ends up as like a fucking crack addict on the corner of the street, are you a shitty parent or was he a shitty kid? Or a combination of both.
It depends on the age.
No, I mean you're right. I would argue that like a lot of times it is the shitty parents, but at the same time, my main point is like that's not the 100%. Like you can't 100% go off of just that, right? Like it's not 100% up to the teacher whether they pass or fail, in my mind.
Because I mean, at a young if from like 3 years old to like 17, whatever your child does may or may not
legally,
be your fault.
Yes, it is your responsibility, but that's some bullshit. If my fucking 17-year-old goes and kills a fucker and I'm gonna get in jail, that's some bullshit. Bitch. He's 1 year away from being like, I hate that shit. Like that sucks for the parent, bro.
It depends. It's context. If it's obvious that the parent doesn't teach their kids properly,
if the parent's being shitty, but like if there's a reason I never want to have kids, Thurman. Like it's an individual that I cannot control. I wouldn't want, obviously, if I had kids, I'd want them to be their own people, obviously. But like what's scary is that's an individual. Anything they do from birth to 18 falls on me. So and I can try my best to be a parent, but I don't trust myself to do that. So, like, they're going to do some stupid shit, and then I'm going to be embarrassed and cringing, and I couldn't do it, bro.
So you're putting yourself in Aizawa's shoes here.
Dude, Aizawa is my spirit animal, bro. Like, I'm going to go to work tomorrow in a sleeping bag, and I'm just going to fucking walk around in a sleeping bag, and then, once the bell for break hits, I ain't even going to walk to the break room. I'm just going to fall over in the sleeping bag. That's my plan. They're gonna be like, why is Red in a sleeping bag? And it'll be a joke. Like for 3 hours, they'll be like, I don't understand why you're in a sleeping bag. And then the second that fucking first break hits, I'm just gonna be like, oh, that's why he was in a sleeping bag.
Yeah,
and I'll be like, it's a My Hero reference also, just in case you're curious.
You're gonna have like these strings all around you, the paper all around you.
The what? Oh yeah, those fucking metal alloy bullshit. Yeah, just full on fucking Eraserhead cosplay. Like, yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm Eraserhead. Yeah.
So, final thing here is that it's interesting because it took Aizawa 5 years to learn how to fight with his alloy shit, and that's interesting, right? So,
Yeah, that was a good lore drop. I like that.
you could imagine, because if you think about it, Aizawa and Shinsu are the same in the fact that their quirks aren't really are quirks that you can't really necessarily rely on per se. You have to rely on your physical attributes because you can stop someone's quirk, but then you have to,
Yeah, I like that he brought that up. He's like, listen, like something about us is that we can't just like our quirk. It's not like we're shooting fire. Like we have a quirk, and then it does a thing, but we have to do more things beyond just our quirk. So like Aizawa had to learn how to fight like, martial arts-esque style, or some sort of like he's actually fighting physically. Same thing with fucking fuckboy over here. Like, how do you pronounce his name? Like it's like Shusi or Shunsui or Shuhi or Shu something. What is it?
I call it sensual. I like that.
Sensu. Fucking Japanese
Sensual.
names. I can't remember him. What's his hero name? That's what I need to know. Once that shit comes out, that'd be so much easier. And by the way, anyone that's about to type in the fucking comments, you've been reading this series for how long and you don't know names, get the fuck out of here. I've heard it all before. I just can't remember, okay?
Yeah, we've gotten comments in the phone saying how much of a fucking stupid we are because
I'm trying to think of like a really like scathing insult. Like, yeah, okay, I can't remember names, but you can't remember to pay child support, you fucking bitch. I don't know. You can't remember to. I can't think of anything good. You can't remember to fucking not be a failure. Your parents hate you. I can't think of anything.
Keep trying, man. You'll get there somehow.
You got a good scathing insult to end this off?
Black Clover is better than the Promised Neverland. So fuck you.
And with that,
yeah.
I love
Peace.
you all.